I'm Eric Troutman with ATM Advertising Alliance, one of the founding members.
And I'm Russell Pandina, one of the other founding members.
This is the mount that you're going to get from us. This is the player and the monitor. Russell here is going to show you about the extra packaging that you may need for the player to run smoothly.
For each of the installs, we have a pigtail that you can plug directly into the ATM power supply and use that to get power without running any additional cords into the ATM. A three-way splitter, because you have 3 items to plug in. You'll have to plug in the player, the monitor, and a 5-port switch so that you can run the ATM as well as the topper on the same incoming internet line.
This is the ATM Advertising Alliance player. Comes ready to go. All you do is plug in the power source right here on the back. Power source in, HDMI goes in. You'll run these to the monitor. This is your spot for your mouse to plug in, and this is for your Ethernet port. That's it. It does come with an antenna, you don't need it, but we put it on because you never know what the future may hold. So just put that on there, put it like that, and it is ready to be installed.
This is the mount that you'll be using. We're going to unpackage that and go through pre-staging prior to installing on the ATM. There are a few components in this that you will not be using. This is a desk mount and a cover. The mount itself, you want to make sure you do not take your Velcro strap off. You will do this after you have it mounted on the ATM. This makes it easier for you to manage and handle getting it on the machine. There is an accessory package with the mount. You'll be using most of the components that are in here. The first thing you want to do is grab your Allen wrenches. You want to pre-tighten all the Allen head screws on here. There are 3. It's very important to tighten this screw prior to installing any of the brackets. You will not be able to get to it later. This creates tension on the mount, so this does not swivel so easily. We'll also be tightening one of the pivot points on the arm prior to installation, again to create the tension so that it is easier to manage. And then finally, the one that controls the spring tension, we'll be tightening this as well. Once you've done that, you're going to take your carriage bolt and your metal plate. The bolt goes through the plate first, and then onto the 3 points underneath the mount. You'll be using this large screws with the Allen head and the included Allen wrench then to tighten the screws. Now the mount is ready to be mounted to the ATM.
So here's the 20-inch monitor that comes with it. Just simply unbox the monitor. And what we do, all this is basically trash. You won't use this. The most important part about doing the mount, the monitor, is putting on the studs that come with it. Studs are in this bag. You'll open this bag up. Here are the studs right here. These studs, just open them up and apply them right here. Okay, so we've got the studs onto the monitor. It's very important to do that. Otherwise, if you don't, if you try to screw it directly, it'll put pressure on this. It'll ruin your screen. Russell noted earlier there's 4 screws that come with the mount. What you do is you take the 2 screws and you go ahead and put it on here now, and what that does is it allows you to put the monitor onto the mount, takes all the pressure off. This TV did come with its own screwdriver. Okay, so we're gonna open this up. The Yosongs come with a piece of plastic in here that's pretty hard to get off. So what we do is we take a hammer. It's easier just to pop that out of there.
You'll take your mount with the carriage bolt, run it through the hole on the top of the ATM. Once that's done, you're going to be using your additional bracket and the wing nut. Now you're going to be relieving the tension from the spring-loaded part of the universal mount, taking the Velcro strap off. And this is why we tightened it to begin with. So I'll be taking the monitor, lining up the 2 screws, sliding them through. That will hold the monitor in place while you install the last 2 screws and tighten everything down. We're going to be removing 2 Phillips head screws so that you have a way to conceal the cords in the mount for a little neater installation. Once you remove the top screw, you pinch the plastic together here in the rear and this piece will come off. We'll be moving the Phillips head screw on the back of the mount. If the wall is in your way, you can swivel the mount to make sure that you have access to the screw. Same thing, once the screw is out, you can pinch the plastic. That'll remove this piece. You'll plug your HDMI cable. It does not matter which port you plug it in. I usually plug it in number 2 just because it's closer. You'll be bringing the cable from the inside of the ATM for the power to the monitor. Your cables together and install your plastic cover back on place. And there you go, the cables are neatly concealed. And you bring your cables in for the next one. You see they're going to go through the 2 slots on each side. And you will reinstall your screw. Reposition your mount towards the back of the ATM. Your cables are nicely concealed.
Okay, this power supply simulates the one inside of a Jin Mega or a Yosong. You're going to have this adapter. It's going to plug right into the outlet, and then you're going to take the other end of the outlet and plug it into a 3-way. This 3-way is going to allow you to plug in your switch, your player, and the monitor, all from inside your machine. Okay, as mentioned earlier, this is the pigtail that connects into the 3-way power strip. This package here does not come with our package. If you want to buy an extra, we can sell it to you extra. It'll come with the switch, the pigtail, the green adapter, and the 2 1-foot Ethernet cords needed to go from the Ethernet splitter to the ATM and from the splitter to our technology box. This is all you really need to have your ATM advertising platform up and running.
Whether you're using a wired keyboard and mouse or a wireless, you're going to place the USB, I'm using a wireless, dongle into one of the USB ports so that you can operate the keyboard and mouse. Once you've plugged your media player in, it'll come up to what we call the green screen. You will find the Perpetual logo on the bottom. Take your mouse, click on it to launch the player. This will come up to your login screen. This is where you'll put in your unique user ID number that has been assigned to your location. Then you'll go to your PIN number, click login. And then the perpetual media symbol again. You'll tell it yes to allow the device's location. And then it will load the base ads that you choose for your player. Now, this is a national advertiser. From the time we turned it on, this is a paid ad coming through on the player.